friends, welcome into my channel this morning. My name is Sherry. Thanks for being here. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, as always, welcome back. I hope you're all having a good day. I am having a good day, and I wanted to start a new series with you today. As you can tell by the title, it's a start to finish paper bag journal. This is episode 1, and it's called The Cover. So all we're doing is making the cover, showing you step by step how I've done it from a paper shopping bag. The idea for this, the inspiration, came from Amy at Crafty Cat on YouTube. I will link her channel below in the description box. And she did it with there's a few on her channel that she's been working on, and she did them on lunch sacks. But I went shopping with a girlfriend of mine yesterday, and she ended up with some extra shopping paper bags. Well, she didn't want them, but what do you think a junk journaler does? Junk journaler. I see opportunity where she sees trash, right? So anyway, that's why I decided to do it with this rather than purchase lunch bags, because I didn't need to, and I stole all her shopping bags. So anyway, yeah. So what I have done, I'll take you step by step. I typically do my journal covers 6x9. So that's what I cut this one down to. Did some gluing, reinforced the spine with this, I don't even remember what it's called. I probably bought it 2 or 3 years ago, a package off of Amazon. But it's got that consistency of like the Tyvek, I guess, like a paper, but a plastic, so it's strong. And it works really well. I know the reason I purchased it initially was to reinforce the spine. And so I did that. I'll show you how that works. And today we're going to go through the process of building the cover for the journal. We're going to whitewash it. I did a little bit of a sample here with a white acrylic watered down just to sort of see how it was going to look, and I let it dry a little bit. So anyway, I need to get a drink of water, guys. I'm thirsty. Yeah, so if you want to see how this journal is going to come to life and eventually be a beautiful work of art, stick around. We'll get started. Okie dokie, chokey. So this is going to be the back too, but I want to whitewash it, cut this down. It's going to be a pocket that we're going to glue on the back, but we're going to cut it down a little bit, paint it, so it's just set aside for now. So the first thing I did was as I said, if you want to write down the measurements, it's 6x9 by the time it's constructed and put together. So what I did was took my Cricut cutter, because it's, of my cutters, it's the one that works the best, except for a newer one that I use only for Cricut material. So I'm going to take and put this into here, and I basically just decided to cut right here. Where's my pencil? Oops, sorry. Basically right here so that it's even with the edge of that corner, right? The edge of here. But you can pull it out, get it out of your way, and make sure you've got it nice and squared up there. And we're just going to give it a cut just like that. So then you're going to end up with, you might have to, in fact, I think I didn't on that one. So you're going to end up with this, which we're going to use eventually. So don't toss it out, just set it aside. Okay. And now what you have is this piece, which is basically the bottom of the bag. And we want it measures, let's measure it real quick. Set you right there. This measures way too big, of course. That's almost 12 inches by 7. So we only want it 6 by 9. So we're going to go ahead and cut our 9-inch. Remember, it's just the bottom of the paper bag folded over. We're going to cut to 9, 6 by 9. This might have been the part where I had to end up turning it over to get it to go all the way through, which is fine. It's pretty thick. There's a lot of layers there. So, hope you are all in frame. I hope I'm in frame for you all. Okay, so now we have our 9. We still measure 7. So we need to come in, and it doesn't matter really where you cut it. I just sort of go on the fold. You know, this one, I didn't do the other one on the fold. I don't think it really matters, but let's do this one not on this side, but on this side, and see. I can compare how it turned out. And I'm going to say too, this may turn out slightly different than this. On this video, I'm just going to show you how we construct this. Then from there, we'll go on to decorate and start the process. But this is just initial construction, right? So this is going to be 6 because we want it 6 by 9. Flip that over. Yeah, didn't go all the way through. So yeah, as I said, I had kind of a big day yesterday. I was hit with that stomach flu twice in the last month, and I'll tell you what, save these. It has really zapped my energy. So yesterday, going out shopping and then lunch and stuff, wore this old girl out. So today is just kind of a nice, quiet, crafty day. I will have to stop the video and go down and let said friends' dogs out to go to the bathroom in a few minutes. She just lives a few doors down. All right, so this is what we're left with. A little bit different than what I had before, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut, okay? We're going to end up with our cover, which will be this. So if you cut it the way I did, open it up, right? You can go slow, take your time. We're just going to cut from here to here. We're just going to make that cut straight up. Save this. You're going to use it. Okay. So now this is going to be, wait, what did I do? Hold on. No, we're going to cut that off. We're going to cut this off. That's what, on the other, when I cut it, the other direction, the other orientation, I had to cut both sides with the bag intact. This way I'm only having to cut really one full side. So it really doesn't matter which way you do it. Your end result is going to be the same. And just take your time, cut it the best you can. It's not going to be perfect. And we don't want it to be, because it's going to be a grungy journal anyway. So then what I did was fold this in. So this is going to be one of your covers, right? This ended up to be extra we can cut off. But we're 6 by 9, so we're the right size. Or you could fold it over if you needed to, whatever you want to do. Just, that's going to get removed, so you can just remove that portion right there. And save these because those come in handy for strips and all kinds of things. So anyway, we've got our extra piece, set it aside. Here is one part of our cover, right? So what we're going to do for this is we're going to glue this to here, and then we're going to glue this to here. And that is our front cover. So let's go ahead. I'm using Fabri-Tac today. I have a thing that I keep my Fabri-Tac in, but it was just not wanting to work. So it was just too hard on my hands. So I am using this, which luckily I just purchased a couple new ones. And I chose this glue today really for no other reason than convenience. It just seemed easier to me and faster than messing with a glue stick. And it's too big of an area to use my art glitter glue on. So this works just fine. Do remember, if you're using Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix or whatever, they're acetone-based glues. So be sure you have a little ventilation in your room. And watch your fingernails because it's acetone-based. So if you have, you can, I'm just going to glue that down because it's extra strength, so I don't mind keeping it. Yeah, if you have nail polish or your nails done or whatever, just know any of these acetone-based glues are going to eat away at your fingernail polish, because what do we remove polish with? Acetone. And then now set that over here. Just going to close this up. It's going to be a really nice sturdy cover, which I'm excited about. I usually sew around my covers. These, I'm not so sure. I make covers out of file fold or manila envelopes. I make covers out of packing material. I mean, those are usually my go-tos. But doing it this way, I feel like it's going to be a pretty strong cover, which is going to be nice. Okay, so here is our front cover complete. Remember I told you to keep this part, take your handles off, and essentially all you're going to do is, this is going to be our back cover. You can discard these if you want. You can keep them if you want, whatever. Put that aside. This we're going to cut down as well. We're going to cut it here at 9 and then across at 6. So we'll have another 6 by 9. My dog is in here. You in here, Max? I can hear you. Oh, yep, there you are. My little Maxie boy. He's lurking around under my desk. I'm like, what the heck is that noise? He's my little craft room creeper. He likes to come in and craft with Mama. I think his sister is out on the chair asleep. So all we're doing, cut it however you want, but I'm just cutting this to a 6 by 9 as well. Save these. You're going to use them again. Then get this out of the way. I'm getting lots of nice little strips. These are fun to stamp on, or you can sew on them. All kinds of things. So here is your other piece of your cover, right? You can always trim them down to the exact size eventually. You don't have to worry about that now. So what I'm going to do for this, what I did in the other one, on the other one, is I just glued this flap down and this flap down, which you could eliminate that. You could cut it off. But in my opinion, it just gives you a little extra strength to your cover, because these journals typically tend to get pretty chunky. They end up to be pretty chunky monkeys at the end of getting them constructed. So yeah. So what's the weather like where you live? We appear to be partial sun, partial clouds. It is supposed to warm up. I think we'll be in the high 50s today. And then I think we're supposed to be warming up to 60 something in the next couple days, even high 60s. So that'll be nice. My husband's working. Today's Tuesday as I'm filming this. He's working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday this week at his current retired job. Okay, so that's interesting. I thought I glued the whole thing. Yeah, so he's working and I'm just crafting. Gonna have some leftover tacos for dinner. I made tacos a couple nights ago, Sunday, and I have leftovers. So he's requested those for dinner, which is easy and fine with me. Okay, so there's our back, right? You can use, it doesn't have to be oriented any specific way, but there you go. And then see, this one is going to be, if you want a back pocket on your outside or a front pocket or a pocket on both front and back, that's what you can use those for. So now that we got that done, we're going to take and let's leave a couple glue pages here. That one out of my way. I like to take and, okay, say I've decided this is going to be my front cover, right? So I'm going to turn it. I want my reinforcement on the outside. So I'm going to turn it this way. Nope. How am I going to turn it? I'm going to turn it like this and like this. Yes. So these are my front and back covers. I usually like to leave about just a tiny little bit, maybe a 1/8 of an inch-ish. So that's where this little piece comes in handy. One of these was longer. I was able to use, is it this one? I think it was, yes. See, this is part of the bag that we cut. So you can essentially, if you want to do it all in one, you can take and cut to here, and to here. And then these little leftover bits and stuff will make really good, whoops, they'll make really good journal. Yeah, this is a little different one than I had ended up with the first time, but that's okay. Don't panic about it. I'm just going to take and cut it right about there. Remember, this is just going on your spine and it's just for reinforcement. So if you don't want all this extra fuss and bother on there, just cut it off, right? Cut it off. Use it for something else. Perfect. It's going to work good. Just enough. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to glue this to here. That's going to reinforce a little bit there for our spine. So we can now glue this to here. Yeah, did you guys watch the Olympics? We watched a lot of the Olympics. I love the curling. I'm a curling fanatic. I've never curled, but I love it. And, of course, the hockey. That was exciting. Both men's and women's. We're big hockey fans around here. All of our grandkids play hockey. And so it's a big deal. My oldest daughter's husband played hockey. He grew up playing hockey. And his brother. So, of course, their whole family is very into hockey. My grandson Gavin is an awesome player. My granddaughter Harper plays, and my younger ones play, except for Cove. He's too little. He's not big enough yet. But Aspen and Ryder play hockey, roller hockey. My older ones, I've probably mentioned before, I know I have, play ice and roller. So my daughter, older daughter, and her husband, well, and the kids travel a lot out of the area for ice hockey. So I'm going to do this one about 3 inches. I did the other one 3, so I'm going to do this one 3. If you don't have this, you can find something else. You don't have to have it. It's just something I had. Actually, honestly, it's something I found the other day because I was starting to clean out a lot of my craft stuff and organize, and I came across it and I'm like, oh man, I haven't used that in so long, I forgot about it. That will just go here and that will reinforce. That's our reinforcement here on the outside. So put that on. And while that dries, we're going to whitewash the outside of the first cover I did. Only because it's brown paper bag. We're going to cover it up and decorate it and everything, but I just thought just a nice whitewash would make it look nice. A little bit rustic. It's going to be grungy, as I said. I've got a couple of kits in mind to use. So, well, not kits, but grungy papers, I should say. And we'll use gel print papers as well. Been having a lot of fun collaging with those. They're great for collage. And I forgot I didn't glue that, so I've got to do that. Same thing on the other one. The other one, I only had to glue one side because I didn't cut. I cut from the end, not from the inside like this one, but that's okay. Doesn't take much. Just glue it down. Give it a glue, give it a glue. I got a little bit of a headache. I tell you what, did I mention that I had that flu for 2 times for the last month? I caught that dumb stomach flu twice. I almost think I never got over it the first time. My immune system is compromised because of breast cancer medication that I have to take all the time. Kind of an oral chemo. It's not an infusion chemo, but it's oral chemo. So, yeah, so my immune system is not the best. And I just don't think I ever got over it. And then it hit me again. And man, that's why I got so tired yesterday. It was a big day for me. It was a really big day for me to go out shopping with her. Went goofed around, went and had lunch, came home. I unloaded just a couple things I purchased. I did some shopping the other day, so I didn't need much. But then I went down to her house and helped her unload some of her groceries, and we visited a little bit longer. Then I finally said, I am exhausted. I need to go home, light a fire, put my feet up, grab a glass of wine, and just chill. And that's exactly what I did. And we had leftovers for dinner last night too. So that was perfect. Okay, so now we have this assembled. Let this dry. I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to grab out this because that's my initial piece that I kept for the pocket that I want to put on the back. What I thought I would do is, let me go really quick and I'm going to whitewash the outside and the inside of this. That's when I'll pause the video because it's about 10:52 and I told her I'd let her dogs out around 11. Well, hi, Max. You're just kind of lurking around under there, aren't you? Okay, just a little bit of water. This brush is an old brush, and I noticed when I did that little sample, the bristles are starting to fall out. So if I do more of these or I get requests for one or to do more, I will definitely have to purchase a new brush because the bristles are falling out. Just be sure if you have a brush that's got that issue that you pick the bristles out. So nothing fancy, doesn't have to be perfect. Got it a little thick, but that's okay. We'll just thin it out. It can even be, you don't have to cover it completely. You can do it splotchy. See, there's a bristle right there. And it's the only thick brush I have. So all my other brushes are thinner. But like I said, I've had it for a long time. So, and this is just a acrylic white. I think I got this at the dollar store. Sometimes in my gel printing, I'll use the cheaper like dollar store for certain things, not for like nice gel prints, I usually use, I prefer a nicer paint. I don't have expensive paints, but what I have works. In fact, I just ordered some new ones, and I think they should be here today because some of my other ones I think have dried out over the last year or so. So there we go, just some whitewashing. And let's set that guy aside. And I'm going to do, oops, I think this was the piece that I was going to use for the pocket. In fact, I had that. No, it won't matter. Okay, we'll just do it this way. It's fine. Yeah, another friend of mine, she's in Arizona right now on a little vacation, and where she works here, she checked in with me this morning and said that a lot of the coworkers at her job were down with the flu, and she was really glad that she escaped and didn't get it. And I said, well, I got it for you and me twice, so there you go. All right, that side got a little bit thick. I have to let that dry. In fact, I might wipe some of that off. Just gonna blot it so it's not so thick. This one's good because it's a little bit lighter. Set that aside to dry. I have to do a good cleanup on my mat when this all dries, but luckily it's water-based acrylic paint, so it'll clean up easy. All right, we're at the stage right now, guys, where I am going to stop the video, go down and let the girls out, and come back. We will whitewash the inside, probably attach the pocket, and then that'll be it for this video, since this is just the building of the cover. So I will be back. All right, guys, we are back. Got the dogs let out, and I also took a minute to get the cover we just made together whitewashed. Super simple. You know, just any color if you want to whitewash it, or you don't have to. You can cover it with whatever. You can cover it with material. You can cover it with, you know, anything, whatever you want. Collage, it's up to you. So anyway, this is the original cover. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and I cut that down just a little bit so that it would fit nicely and that you could tell it was a pocket. But now that I think about it, I can't put it on yet because I need to cover all this up first, right? I do. So that's going to be the back pocket on that one. This is going to be the back pocket on the one we made together. So I guess that is about as much as we're going to get done today. So you saw how it was constructed using a regular size grocery paper bag. We cut it down to 6 by 9 using the bottom portion of the bag, which does make for a thicker cover, so you have more substance, you know, to your cover. And we will, in the next video, we'll go ahead and start covering front and inside and outside. Front, you know, inside of the journal cover, outside of the journal cover. We'll decide what we're going to cover it with. I'll get that planned out ahead of time. We'll do that together so that you can see how I do it. If you want to follow along, or you decided you want to try one of these, let me know in the comment section below what you're going to do. And if you're going to follow along with me, construct your bag. Maybe you do it out of a lunch bag or packing material, anything like that. Just let me know what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. I'd love to have you join me on this fun little adventure of making a paper bag journal. I hope you enjoyed this little episode 1 of the making of a paper bag grungy junk journal. All right, guys, I am going to let you go, clean up my desk here, probably go have some lunch, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.